Hey guys, Brickset here, and if you saw this video, then you will know that I built a custom scene on top of the Christmas Carol book. So here's kind of what's left of the original, but then I modified it to create the graveyard scene in Stav 4 with the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, who I'm just really happy with how this turned out. But today I wanted to take this apart and do another scene, particularly one from Stav 1. So the way that I'm kind of thinking about this is the original set, which this has been taken from on the outside, but the original set kind of works for me as like from kind of the end of the book, so Stav 5. The book is broken up into like, they're called stavs. I don't know what that means technically, but basically there's 5 parts. And so yeah, the actual set itself can kind of be from part 5, and then this build can be from Stav 4. So we have 1, 2, and 3 left to do. So today I wanted to take a crack at Stav 1, and I'm thinking this will be kind of the scene where Scrooge and Jacob Marley meet, just because I kind of like having the ghosts in there. So yeah, let's take this apart and then we will get cracking. So I've got the sort of base plate off on the bottom, and I'm thinking I'm going to use the original set basically for kind of the base here, because this is an interior scene and this floor is pretty much what I want anyway. So I'm thinking I'll just stick the original back on and then modify it to fit my needs. I do want to have a bigger window, and I selected this window, so we are going to be doing sort of a custom wall all the way around, but this floor is pretty good, so I just wanted to keep that. For the minifigures, here I have kind of the same Scrooge, but I actually added Argus Filch's hairpiece from the Great Hall set, I believe. You're going to see a lot of Harry Potter figures used for these custom characters, but yeah, because I thought that Scrooge wouldn't have his top hat on in this scene like he did in the last one, because I'm going to have him in bed for this. Then we have Jacob Marley, and this is using the face and hair of Nearly Headless Nick from the Great Hall set. There's his torso and legs, and the torso is Grip Hook from the CMF Series 2. And then I've just added a bunch of chains that are kind of wrapped around him. Oh, and I also replaced Grip Hook's arms or hands to be white. But I have some handcuffs there. Those are in dark gray. I think those were from Bellatrix in the CMF series. And then, yeah, there's just a lot of chains. I have a ball and chain attached to one foot at the back. And then the other foot is just this big long chain that sort of wraps around him. And I have him sad because he's sad about how he chose to spend his life. So, yeah. Well, here it is. So we got Jacob Marley, and Scrooge is in bed, and he doesn't have any legs because he's just sitting up in bed. And I went with an all-white bed just because I thought that probably made the most sense with the time period. And I really like how the bed frame turned out, where it's sort of floating in the middle, but then you have these big legs that go all the way up to the sort of canopy of the bed. And Scrooge has a little window right there. I tried to use a lot of the architectural elements from the original set in here just to kind of get them to match a little bit. So I have these windows back here are sort of incorporated from the original set, as well as obviously the floor. This pathway outside is the same, and this sort of overhang for the door is the same. The door does actually open, though it is stopped by this stud right here, but if you just remove that, then it can swing pretty far until it hits the next one. But I like having that actually open, and I put the door in here because obviously Marley does appear in the door earlier before this scene, so thought that it would be appropriate to include a door in Marley's scene. These elements are from the original set, and then I included a barrel because why not? And the back is pretty plain, not as cool as the original set, but I don't really care because this is obviously how it's going to be displayed most of the time. So that's all that really matters, is sort of this look right here. So yeah, But I'm really happy with how this turned out, and thank you all so much for watching. If you like this and you're new, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!